Hi guys, welcome back on board to the Crypto Cruiser. It's me, Chris, and today we're going to talk about VeChain. What VeChain is all about. We're going to talk some chart analysis, VeChain compared to the dollar, and VeChain compared to the Bitcoin chart. We're going to talk some traditional markets such as S&P 500, where they're heading in the immediate short term, and of course, let's just start with the Bitcoin chart, the godfather of all coins. And as I've said last time, when I was talking about Chainlink, I've told you that there's a little change of my prediction. I don't think we're gonna stop to because I've told you that I anticipate to hit price of around 98,000, and once we do that, we start this correction and come down to these price of around 85,000. There's this previous resistance line that we've tested at its previous all-time high in 2021 in April and November, and of course, beginning of the year of 2024. In March of 2024, we dropped to price. We can potentially go and test previous resistance line. We turn it to support, and then we're gonna have more continuation on the upside. But first, I think we're gonna hit 100,000. Perhaps next week we're gonna go prices of above 100, and potentially we can reach a price of around 109,000, and then we're gonna have this correction. We find the bottom, and then we're gonna have more upside momentum. After that, I think there's another scenario that it can play out from March to from maybe end of February till March. We can have another correction and test these prices that we never actually test. But let's see how it's gonna play out. Let's just take one trade at a time. You have to know one thing, guys. We're in a raging bull market, and we're in a full price discovery. So the bulls have completely taken over the markets, and when we're in uncharted territory, it's really difficult to predict where we're heading. But my personal opinion, I think we have more upside momentum, but nothing goes in a straight up line. Corrections are healthy, so I don't think there's any reason for you to worry if we have a good, let's say 10, 15, even 20% correction on the downside. I think that'll be healthy for the overall bull trend. And S&P 500 are also telling us that perhaps we're due for a correction. In my personal opinion, S&P 500 won't correct. Let's just show you on the daily chart how I was able to predict every single move for the S&P 500. Since I launched my channel here, I've told you it will be healthy for the overall trend to have a correction. That's why we had the 10% ABC regular correction, nothing more than the extraordinary that I haven't seen before. We almost went to all-time high prices. We came back, we tested this previous resistance line twice as resistance, we turned it to support, and then we had the continuation of the trend, and we start hitting price of above 6,000, exactly as I've told you. Now we're having a little bit of a pullback, and what did I tell you guys? We're gonna find support at its previous local top at price of around 5,850, and now we're having the continuation of the trend on the upside, and potentially we can go and test price of around 6,150. I'm not gonna be surprised at all. In the process, we formed a reverse head and shoulders, which is a bullish signal, and measure from the head to the bottom. The price target should be above 6,250, and potentially we can go and test this resistance line. So the Bitcoin chart looks bullish, the S&P 500, the traditional markets look bullish, and I think sooner than later, some of the altcoins already started outperforming the Bitcoin, and I think VeChain can be one of those coins. Potentially, it can be one of those coins. At the time of recording this video, the market capitalization of VeChain is around 2 billion and 640 million, which is still a big market cap. The total supply and pretty much the circulated supply of VeChain is around 81 billion. So in order for VeChain to reach a dollar for one VET, we need a market capitalization of 81 billion. Is that possible? I think potentially that possible. I always give you an example of what happened the previous bull cycle of 2021, because if history is any indicator and dealing with theory probabilities, if something happened before, it can potentially happen again. Dogecoin, BNB, ADA, some others went above 100 billion market capitalization, and we're not even asking for above 100 billion. If the market capitalization of VeChain goes around 81 billion, then we're gonna have $1 VeChain. I mean, what VeChain is all about is a versatile enterprise-grade layer 1 smart contract platform whose origins began in 2015. VeChain is known as a pioneer of a real-world enterprise applications and built a distributed platform powered by Internet of Things technologies. What makes VeChain unique? VeChain exists to disrupt traditional business models and is best known for its work in supply chain, an industry that has changed little over the decades. Its work in providing a decentralized trust layer for multi-party ecosystem has already seen major successes with high-profile clientele and government bodies. VeChain's platform accordingly has very wide appeal to many different clients and industries. I mean, the VeChain can disrupt the supply industry, and that's a massive industry. We're talking about trillions. I'm not talking about the VeChain can potentially end up to these prices, but is it possible for VeChain to go $1? I think potentially can happen. Of course, anything I say in this video, it is not a financial advice. It's for pure entertainment purposes. Before you do anything, do your diligence and make your own research. Because as I've said, anything I'm saying in this video, it is not a financial advice. Again, it is not a financial advice. But let's look at the chart of VeChain, the chart analysis of VeChain, and how exactly potentially this thing can play out. So one thing for certain, two things for sure. What we are hitting every single time is a high low and a high high, which is a bullish signal. So another thing, so let's just measure the move, the previous bull cycle, which we have bottomed in when COVID happens in March of 2022. Prices was 1 point of a cent, 1 point of a cent. We went all the way to 26 cents. So this is around 260x. So if something like that plays out, in my personal opinion, this move is extraordinary. We won't be able to repeat something like that. We have bottomed at price of around 1 cent, almost 2 cents. We need 50x to go to reach $1. At the time of recording this video, um, the price for one VeChain is around 3 cents. So what I'd like to see first is to actually come and take out this local top at price of around in March when we formed it, price of around $5, $6. We go $5, $6. We come back, we test this previous local top, we turn it into support, and then we're gonna form the right shoulder. That's how we're gonna have a reverse head and shoulders on our hands, which is a bullish signal, and measure from the head to the bottom. I can quickly see going and test this upper trend line that we've tested multiple times. We've tested it here. It is in July of 2018. We tested it again. Its previous all-time high. Its all-time high in April of 2021, a price of around 26 cents. So once we go and test this previous this all-time high 26 cents, perhaps consolidate for a few weeks, and when we have a full price discovery, my personal opinion is that we can go and test this upper trend line to 64 cents by Q2, Q3 of next year. And we had multiple touches on the upper trend line. That's an indicator that we have a more upside. We have a bigger chance to actually broke out on the upside. Perhaps we go above it, we tested the support, and then we can snap to $1. My personal opinion, of course, not a financial advice. Let's look at the chart as that compared to the Bitcoin. So we're at the bottom of this huge channel pattern, and if we measure it from the bottom to the top, that's around 15x. 15x multiply if that's, let's say on USD terms, that's at least 20-25x. And if we measure it, today's price around 3-4 cents, multiply 20-25x again, between 64 cents and $1. Potentially we can end up in quarter three, quarter four of next year. Once again, guys, thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate all the support, all the lovely comments. Thank you. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube, please do it. It's for absolutely free. And if you want to subscribe to my Patreon and really support my work, that'll be amazing. With that subscription comes my two books, the Crypto Guidebook and the Art of Chart Analysis, filled with very useful information, over 70 pages. How to become a sophisticated trader, gain quite a lot of knowledge in the art of chart analysis. Of course, exclusive content, 50, 100x, the most undervalued, underappreciated coins out there. Once again, guys, thank you all. Not a financial advice. Once again, guys, thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see each other later on. Goodbye.